Hi, I'm Dan MacEachern. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Who doesn't love a great construction project? I, for one, absolutely love design, renovation, patio enclosures. Here to tell us more with the MacEachern Company,
yeah.
Dan, and your guest, Christy.
Yes,
Hello, Christy. So nice to have you two on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. Christy, you just had your patio enclosed.
Yes, I did. It was a great experience.
Are you loving it?
Oh, I'm totally loving it. We sit out every night, have a glass of wine.
Do you use the space twice as much now as you did before?
Yes, well, we just actually moved into this unit about 3 months ago,
Really?
4 months ago. Yes,
Really?
there it is right there on the screen.
So very recently.
Yes, and so we just finished construction last month and been using it constantly.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's exciting. So Dan, walk us through the process. So Christy calls you, she wants an estimate, she's kind of got a general idea of what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Walk us through from concept to completion.
It was her husband that had called, Scott.
Yes.
And I actually didn't meet Christy until about, 3 or 4 weeks into it.
Right.
And you were walking out and oh, hi. So, because he works full time, and so I was dealing with Scott most of the time. And you got to pull your permits. So Scott gave us a call, and so I go out there and meet him. And one of the things that has come up in the last couple of months is how we can attach the roof attachment. For a while there, for the longest time, we were able to cut back the eave a little bit and make the ceiling a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. But that changed about 4 months ago. And so I had to tell him, listen, we can't raise the ceiling up, we have to hang it off the eave. So that became a little situation that turned out that, hey, we figured out a way of making it work really nice. And so we ended up fixing that eave part you had up there. And so it gives you a little bit of height, so it worked out pretty good. And then but you got to put a price together, and you got to pull your permits. And so that's what we did. It takes a little while to get that. And it takes about 3 or 4 weeks to kind of get the materials put together and made. And then we have once we get a permit, we're able to go out and have to lower the wall and do some things to make it meet code. And that's what we did. So it took about, I guess once we started, it was about 3 weeks to finish it, I think.
Yeah, once it started, it was fast.
Yeah, it went
That
pretty
is
quick.
very fast. Probably took longer to go through the
Get-
permit.
yeah. Exactly.
I think it did.
It did. It takes longer to get the permit than get the thing made. Once you get going, it's pretty steady. So you got a lot of work to do, but then it's nice seeing it come together.
Now talk to me about the permitting process within Laguna Woods Village. Are there individual HOAs that manage these projects, or do you have to get your neighbors to sign off? How does that work?
There's not too much of the neighbor stuff. There is this sort of, once in a while, if you're doing something that kind of alters maybe the view of the neighbor, you might have to get a neighbor awareness form filled out. But most of the time, it's just going through the HOA. And they have, the one HOA you have is the one right here that you pull your permits and that process. Then once they give you a permit, then you got to go to the city and pull it there. So those are the two entities you have to deal with, the HOA, GRF, and the city. And then once you get your permit, then you have some inspections to go along with that. But the permit process can be a little bit difficult sometimes, and they may be a little understaffed or they're overworked or whatever with all the requests and stuff, but they do a pretty good job as much as they can, and we just have to kind of, I think yours took a few weeks longer or a couple of weeks longer than but once you get it going, you just kind of used to dealing with this, and once you get it, then the work starts, and then you're off.
So Christy, how did you and your husband select Dan and his team from MacEachern Construction?
Well, my husband saw one of his commercials.
You saw the commercial?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
we're both my husband and I are Scottish. He's like, oh, this guy was on TV in a kilt, and so he's like, we have to call him. So,
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some synergy there built in
Yeah,
already.
right.
absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that right? So, yeah.
Maybe you should wear your kilt more often.
Well, yeah. People say, hey, now they see that, they're going to expect you to show up in that kilt.
Absolutely.
So that's how we found Dan.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic. And so, did you have to modify your lifestyle at all while construction was going on?
No, like I said, I work full time, so I was never around for it. Luckily, my husband was always there. But no, we papered up the windows so we couldn't see inside or outside, and it was so quick and so fast.
well, and you're working outside, and you generally don't have to do much inside. So they can pretty much, their place is already fixed up beautiful inside. Just what wasn't done is the patio enclosure, and so then they gave us the opportunity to do that. But when you're outside working on the patio, you're not really doing that much to the house, so it's not much disturbance.
You build the exterior
Right. Yeah.
portion of it,
Yeah. It's all outside.
and then would you go back in the last part of it? You remove that interior wall.
No, you don't, because see, this is the thing. In patios, they're what called non-habitable space, and that you're not supposed to take out the door between the house and the addition. Okay. Even though these patios are as good as they've ever been, that they're not conditioned space. So you need to leave the door in. And like if it was a real room addition, then yeah, you can take it out. But then, so you always the door is always there.
Interesting.
So,
it
but they can
truly
leave it
is
open.
a patio still.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people take the screen doors off. They don't need screens in them anymore because we already have screens on the patio, and they can just. And sometimes they change out the door and put some French doors in or something. They open it up. It's good to be able to make that not have to have because you don't want to have to waste all the energy trying to heat up this space out here and just shut the door, especially on a really hot day. If it's really hot, it's not going to be as conditioned as your house is. So it's better to be able to close
Especially
it
with all those windows.
Yeah, especially with
Yes.
all that glass. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan, how long have you been working in the community?
Over 35 years. I was just telling Christy in the room out there how I kind of got started here. And I was doing some other stuff. And this guy asked, "You want to come out to Laguna Woods," and which was Leisure World, and try to sell some patios? Well, okay. I never sold anything before. I went out there, so I started. That's how I got started, and I just came out here and started selling patios. And it's worked out pretty good for me.
And so, what if somebody doesn't want an enclosed patio, but they want a brand new patio?
Well,
outside?
they can, you can do a couple, you can put a nice patio cover up, which we do. You can lower the wall or whatever and just have it just a cover. Or you can do what we did, build the whole enclosure. And sometimes people already have, they have the glass up there and it's not too bad, but they have an old cover that is non-insulated. We can take it off and put an insulated cover on it and bring it up to almost as good as we do now. So that's a nice little area that we've done
Absolutely.
work in too.
So, Christy, would you do it all over again?
Absolutely. No doubt.
Yeah, it's been a great use of space.
It has been. It's nice having that bonus space, bonus room.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Dan, there's so much advancement in technology and AI. Are you able to apply any of that to what you do?
The biggest improvement in these patios are the windows. And because the windows take up 60% of what we're material there. But the dual pane low E windows are a big improvement. And when you go out to see patios that were done just 10, 15 years ago, they may have single pane windows. They may have the old tempered glass windows where weren't too bad, but not insulated and heavy, hard to move. The windows are, I would say, almost as good as you get when you put it in your house. They're probably as good. And so that's the biggest difference with all that glass, like Christy said. That's a lot of exposure.
It is.
And so with the low E tempered glass and the way they built them, all thermal broken, where no heat transferred into the inside, it's really, really that's the
Nice
biggest
barrier.
the biggest difference.
Wonderful. Well, thank you too for sharing your construction project with us, Christy.
Thank
And
you.
Sure.
Dan, pleasure as always.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
coming.
Thank you.
All right, folks, get your pens and calendars out. I'm going to mark them up. Recreation is with us next. Stay with us.
Annette, how long has it been since we built your patio room?
A couple, 3 months, I guess.
Yeah. So how's it working out for you?
It's just working out great, and you did it in such a timely manner, and we just love it out here.
Yeah. And when you gave us this job, I told you, we'll do a nice job for you. Did we?
Absolutely, you really, really did it. We couldn't be happier.
Thanks a lot. Give us a call. We'll do a nice job for you too.